Becca, we all knew this day would come, and we've had so much fun with Fever Dream Diaries. We've made it to the finale, our 10th episode. But what do you think about doing a season 2, maybe?
Is this like when we go to college?
Are you kidding? We haven't even passed first semester of high school. I think we have a bit to go.
You're right. This isn't like a graduation. This is like next semester time.
Exactly. We definitely do look forward to a season 2 and hope to invite some maybe input from our listeners or maybe any notes that y'all have. We'd love to read them in the future. But in the meantime, please enjoy episode 10.
Welcome to Fever Dream Diaries.
Becca, you know they say all good things must come to an end. Luckily, this isn't that good of a thing, so...
Don't fucking say that.
I'm just kidding. Welcome to the finale of season 1, Fever Dream Diaries. Shall we unpack our emotions about the reunion for a brief moment here, Becca?
Yeah, I would love to. I'm still not really recovered.
No, emotionally, physically.
Both. And my car.
Right.
There's a lot of lights in there.
You should keep those. That actually is a good time.
You know, remember when we were walking out of the restaurant before the reunion and those people were like, is that your car?
Yes, they loved it.
I was so excited. We left all of our fun lights on inside the cars. We went in to get some food before the reunion, and people in the parking lot were like, whose car is that?
We got the people talking with the Fever Dream machine.
Not too long to be a license plate, like Fever Dream. I want that.
I think you can work out an acronym for it. I think we can make that work. For the next reunion, for our 20th high school reunion, we'll do that.
If any of our listeners would like us to drive our Fever Dream machine to their house.
Oh my gosh, yes. Invite us over.
Address.
Yeah, we'll come over.
You don't have to tell us our name. We'll use a pseudonym.
We'll come over, spill the tea, and we'll bring the machine.
Absolutely.
So I really do feel like the reunion was a great experience. Obviously, we had really high hopes and we're building it up. So a part of me was a little bit nervous it wouldn't turn out as well as we wanted it to. And even though we didn't get some of the main characters in our story, I think that the people we did get were amazing and filled in enough gaps that we have a full story, and I feel very satisfied with it.
I do too. I feel like we learned more than if Corey and Jane were there.
You know what? Weirdly enough, yeah, I agree.
True.
So, with that being said, you know, we would like to be back for a season 2. Potentially, we're not going to try to wait till our 20th reunion because I can't guarantee we're going to make it that far, you guys, to be honest. So, if you would like to send us your journal entries or notes or any artifacts you have from your time in high school, please do that at feverdreamdiaries.com or any of our social media. We'd love to see it. I hate for this to come to an end, Becca, but I feel like we have a really great note that we could use to unpack in this final time together. What do you think?
I love that. And you have not read this, no, have you?
So Becca sent me this one. I just am looking at the date. It's from December 14th, 2006. And no, I intentionally didn't want to read it until I could read it to y'all.
I love that. I brought it up to Maine on the Amtrak.
Yes, as she does. As she does.
And this one is extra special because I think it was like a love letter. So we say.
Honestly, they all kind of were. Yeah, do you want to give any other type of intro to it, Becca?
Well, I feel like maybe our listeners haven't seen like all of the notes from you to me, and I have. So let me just say this one is like an extra layer of like loving on me.
Aww.
And that's why I want her to read it. I sound like a great friend.
I want to hear you say all the beautiful things about me.
But also, it's so sweet that you wrote this and you knew we were going to be friends. It's like you predicted it.
Am I going to cry reading this?
I actually did cry reading it. So you might. You're not as like sensitive of a little baby as me. So
I don't know if that's true, Becca.
You keep it together better.
Wow, I think you're giving me more credit than I deserve. So without further ado, let's see if Becca's right. Rebecca Reba Howard. If you're getting this letter, it's probably a year after I wrote it. Haha, that's freaky, but you love it. I don't know where we are right now in our friendship, but I do know what's going on as of December 14th, 2006. One love, one shot is all we ever got, babe. I just want to tell you I love you and thank you for all you've done for me. You've helped me through so many hard times. Thanks for letting me vent, babe. And I want to let you know I'm always here for you whenever you need me. Just call. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
It's true.
It is true. I'll always mean that. Cheetah Sisters forever, love. And wherever life takes us in the future, we're holding hands now. We will always be together. Can you say Prada or nada, baby?
Or nada.
Oh, watch out, California. The cheetahs are on the prowl. We really thought we were going to end up on the West Coast.
No regrets, kind of.
Excuse the fact that some of these insiders may sound lame. It's a year later. Cut Dr. Phil some slack. That's actually emotional. We'll unpack that after. Well, since you're most likely crying by now and or completely freaked out, I got something that will cheer you up. The 4th is a super gorge babe. Like, do me please. Oh my God. Why was I ever? Oh my God. And I definitely did not mean that. I'm a little Russian with my Russian hat. I am Russian, just to be clear. That is in my...
You're of Russian descent.
ancestry. Oh, loves it. I'm still throwing out Paris Hilton lines. Slide alongside, yeah, baby, that's right. I'm gonna show you the time of your life. Tomorrow, 2006. Cheetah Girl concert. So that deciphers when we went to that.
Right?
Say it loud and proud, girls. It's Cheetah-licious. Peace, love, and cheetah. Cheer, boy. And 2 days, my birthday party. Ow, ow, sexy boys.
Oh my God.
Ew, that is like predatory. Oh, sorry about inviting. Beep. I don't have the strength to make up another name. Haha, 3 days, my birthday. And of course, 11 days, Christmas. Glinda is the biggest bitch. I hope she fucking dies in hell. I wonder if I'm married to Zac Efron / Justin Timberlake / the 4th / Jane yet. When you get this, call me up. Love you, Oprah. Love.
Sent this in the mail.
Shut the.
That's so cute.
Love. Oh my gosh. Love Hayley / Dr. Phil / Cheetah Sister / Shakira.
Are we the exact same people as we were in 2006?
We are. P.S. Wait for the P.S. How is Fabian, our gorgeous child? No,
one.
I think we need to talk about Fabian.
I'm going to post a photo of Fabian. He's still hanging on the wall.
We have not discussed Fabian in a long time.
Still.
Now, Fabian, actually, you should describe what he was to you, Becca.
Okay, a family friend of mine had adopted a child in Ecuador who was being fed and housed by their donations.
Right. So it was one of those programs, right, where you do like 10 cents a day or whatever it is.
Like Feed the Children, is that what
Right.
it's called? So they're very, awesome people for doing that.
Of course.
And they had a photo of the child named Fabian, and I just sent one to Hayley. I sent a photo of him to Hayley, and
we began to love him.
we took I think we sent letters to him.
Yeah, I think we
so
did.
Weird. Oh my gosh.
That's a whole other podcast.
So that photo of Fabian is still hanging at their house, and I always touch it when I go over.
As you should, for good luck. Do they still support Fabian?
He's an adult.
Oh, that's why I'm curious. Yeah, I would imagine.
He's older than us, so
Wait, he's older than us?
I mean, that photo was old when I took it. So this
I was unaware. Okay.
He was a child when we were children, so he's at least 20 something.
If Fabian is listening, know that we still think of you.
Little Jacob, little Daniel,
my
little
God.
Fabian, we
Wow.
miss you.
We miss all of our littles.
And the 4th, he was clearly important, even back in early 2006. Or
Absolutely.
early in our friendship, he was defining.
Absolutely. And that's why he's been such a big character in this story. So I'm really glad y'all got to hear a lot about the 4th and our love for him, because he's a big piece of our hearts then and now.
So let's talk about Dr. Phil, because you had just texted me some news mere days ago.
So as we've really covered, we love Dr. Phil and have since the dawn of time. And just this week, Dr. Phil did announce that he is going to end his show after this season. After 21 beautiful seasons. It's not right, but it's okay.
I am not okay with it because we never got to go and be in the audience.
Dude, I know. Being in his virtual audience was cool, but it wasn't enough. You know, here's a fun fact about me. This is so embarrassing and it is really going to make me sound super old, but on Facebook, I'm in Dr. Phil's official fan club group called the Fanatics, but like PH.
I would have guessed that was like Phineas and Ferb, like Fanatics.
So this group is like the official one. So sometimes by sometimes I mean like once a year, Dr. Phil himself will come on and like write up and it's not even him, you know it. Someone's writing something for him, but it makes people feel
a Q&A.
Yeah. So it makes people feel like it's legit. And as you can imagine, I mean, to be fair, half of the reason I follow this is because the stuff people write in here is hysterical. I'm gonna show it to you later. It's absolute gold.
Wait.
So not only do I love Dr. Phil, but I think this is hysterical. And people were freaking out about this in the group. And someone had written, what is Dr. Phil going to do now without the show?
Retire.
He's 72. What the freak you think he's gonna do?
Rest. He's given so much to this world.
And I think after reading that, it made me okay with it because I'm like, wow, this poor man, like people will just take from him. I shouldn't say poor man. He's like the richest man. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there comes a point in your life where you're just like, don't want to do that shit. And that's fair.
I mean, we can't just like give him full cred that he hasn't been problematic at all. I'm
right.
sorry.
We have to address, there have been instances. I've stood by Dr. Phil. I love Dr. Phil. No one's perfect. I, cheers him to 21 seasons. I hope maybe he'll have us on his podcast. Fill in the blanks.
Love
PH.
that.
Obviously.
His connection to Oprah used to be something that we loved and we like bonded over, but now I see it as a problem.
Yeah, that is something that is messy and unfortunate.
Do we want to talk about Oprah? Because I did find a relic from Oprah, my loving days of Oprah.
Okay, I'm curious.
So I was going through my email from 2006.
Yeah.
Cindy, my mom, shout out.
Yes.
Used to email with her every day.
Yes.
And I would also ask her to like edit my papers and my dad.
Oh, yeah.
Both my parents were just great at editing my papers.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
I sent her a paper that I wanted to read a snippet.
Please.
It gives you a understanding of where I was at.
Absolutely.
Let me just find it really quick. So this was from October 26, 2006. Weirdly, my birthday.
Yeah.
Giving it all out there. So we were watching the movie Pay It Forward in English class, which I think is weird.
I think we watched that in English as well. I remember watching that at school.
But isn't it like a kind of sad movie?
It is kind of sad.
Shot?
Yeah.
Anyway,
spoiler alert.
Sorry to spoil it. There are endless ways to make a difference in the world, but it's impossible to help others without good character of your own. After watching Pay It Forward, I realized that nothing in this world should be taken for granted. I've shown good character in the past by volunteering, giving donations, and just helping others. Everyone's deeds for others add up over time, and help to exemplify good character. In my opinion, Oprah Winfrey is an outstanding representation of character. She shows this every day by helping the people of the world. She realizes that she is very fortunate to have what she has and is always generous with her wealth. Oprah exemplifies what it is to be a good person, and she is my role model because she shows qualities in herself that not everyone possesses.
She really loved Oprah, guys. She really did. Becca.
That's so embarrassing. And
No.
like saying that somebody shows qualities that others don't possess, like maybe like sociopathy and narcissism to get them to the top.
Yeah, like maybe dark characteristics in terms of like evil. What do you know about Oprah that we need to discuss? Because I don't know full stories.
Yeah, I mean, she is a person that has gone from a very low place in society to the top. The very top. Mm-hmm. And you always got to question that.
I'll give you that. Yep.
So I showed Tyler, my boyfriend, her Wikipedia page because like he just did not know about Oprah, which is another problem. But he read about her like bio and he's like, how did she do this? How did she become as famous as she is? And I think that's something that I've always admired about her.
Right.
But if you look at her story, it's a lot of kind of exploiting others to get to the top.
Yeah.
So I think she's a really admirable person in some ways, but I think when she did get a platform, she maybe didn't always use it in the way that I would have wanted her to.
Sure, that's fair.
But as a kid, I thought that was just normal to have the shows that she did. But now looking back, like a couple topics I'll give you examples of.
Please.
She had Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, we love, on her show. And I'm thinking, like, do Gen Z know Mary-Kate and Ashley?
Of course. They transcend time.
Gen Z's listening. They're twins. Just that's all you need to know.
If you didn't know that, you did not get this far.
So true. But Oprah had them on in 2004. You know, I've watched this interview so many times. And she's just shaming them for their size and asking them their specific jean size on stage, which is super weird because they were going through eating disorders.
Right.
So that always kind of bothered me.
Fair, yeah.
But then there's also just a lot that I've noticed now, like she's really connected to Tony Robbins, who's problematic. She has interviewed people that maybe shouldn't have a platform.
Gotcha.
So those are the things that I feel about Oprah now as an adult, that back then I just viewed her as like an idol.
Of course.
But I don't have idols like that anymore. Other than Dr. Phil.
So what I will say, and not that I'm trying to defend Oprah at all, because I agree. I also think that was just an era of journalism, because if you think about it, Barbara Walters has done that, Diane Sawyer, like a lot of female journalists and men as well. But I know you're thinking, just because like, at least I would be thinking, you're a woman, you should know that that's like not okay to ask somebody. And I watched some of those interviews, like some that Britney Spears had done.
Those make me sad with Barbara.
Oh my gosh.
She was so judgmental.
Yeah, and you know, I think, not to blame it on the time because that doesn't make it okay, but I think it was part of that time. It just wasn't
doesn't feel good
acknowledged. Now. It doesn't feel good now. Completely agree.
Knowing what we know now, it's kind of the way I feel when I rewatched Degrassi.
Right.
It was a different time.
It was.
Things went without being noticed that would be noticed now. And there was so much victim blaming. We don't have to go into like a full detailed analysis of Degrassi, but like it's a problem.
Yeah, and I don't even think it ends at Degrassi. No. Just so many shows from that time. Sometimes I'll even watch Friends, which I love Friends, but some things I'll see, I'm like, that would not be okay today. Like you could not have gone away with that today. So it's just a very different time. And
yeah, even the music of the time, like 2006, anything went in music.
Black Eyed Peas, let's get... I'm not gonna say it. Don't worry, I'm not gonna say it. But like the fact that Let's Get It Started was what it was before. It's crazy. That's crazy. But we didn't bat an eye at that time. I mean, someone did because that's why they changed it. But
true.
As kids, we were like, oh, that's just what it's called.
Yeah, it's not weird at all. This is normal.
Right.
So I'm glad we're adults in the era we're at. I think we'd be worse people if we were adults in 2006.
Oh, yes, for sure. I think that we were born in the perfect era. As much as there's things I'd like to complain about, I think we were perfect at missing the social media wave when we were in high school. I think we just got so lucky and missed that. And now we're 30 in this day and age, and it just kind of feels right.
It does. It feels like we have gone through this time where we didn't have internet. We couldn't have access to the things we do now, but we know how to use it better than we would have back then.
Right.
We would have definitely just not been okay on the internet. We've talked about this before, but it's...
in so many ways.
It's worth bringing up again.
It is because it's something that keeps me up at night occasionally. So I am glad that we're here today and more responsible on social media.
I want to give a quick shout out to Northwest on TikTok because she gives me life. She gives me hope for the next generation.
I'm sliving.
That would be us.
It would.
Us. And
with a lot less followers.
A lot smaller house, but her energy and her attitude, it's like, I'm here and I'm just being myself. And I love that.
I love that.
So shout out to Northwest.
Oh my God.
Love that girl.
Love her. I remember, I don't think we've talked about this yet on the podcast, so it's worth bringing up. But we did, Becca and I did try to have a brief YouTube career.
Wixelstein Brownies.
You remember?
Can we find that video?
We should try to find that. So we only made, to my memory, one YouTube video. video.
We didn't have much access to like a camera that would record videos. So I'm pretty sure whenever we had a chance, we would make a video. But it wasn't very often.
No, and the only one I remember is Wixelstein Brownies.
That was the only one that had like a title and a script.
And a story.
And we had costumes. You were wearing that hat?
So let me paint y'all a picture. We basically were trying to copy the Muffins video. If you're from that era, you know the Muffins YouTube video I'm talking
video
about.
Of our time.
Iconic. So basically we wanted to copy that idea, and for some reason I was wearing a Halloween costume. I think I was trying to be like a gangster.
Yep.
So I had a fedora. The fact that I was just wearing a fedora should be enough, but it was like this pinstripe pink outfit.
I loved that outfit though.
It was iconic.
That was a great outfit.
It was. And yeah, we just imagine the Muffins video, only way lower budget and with brownies.
And we called ourselves Wixelstein Brownies. Which
I
want to know where we came up with that.
I can't remember where that came from.
I feel like we had like a Wizards of Waverly Place vibe.
We had a vibe. Yeah, that adds up.
I'm trying to think of like why we would have called it that. And I'm like, well, why?
That is something maybe for season 2 we'll discover to find that video.
I did go into my old YouTube to look for it, obviously.
Yeah.
No luck. But I found some other videos. I found some ones of my sisters and I. We used to do like when you weren't around, which I would have to use my sisters as props in my videos.
You'd have no other choice.
No other choice. And so we would just try to get famous online. We used to send in videos to Ellen DeGeneres.
Another person who's turned out to be problematic.
I used to like find ways to just infiltrate natural disasters with my help. I would be like, oh, it was Hurricane Katrina. Let me have a bake sale. And I would have my dad record it. And then we would send that into Ellen. And we did that with another natural disaster. I swear to God, it's very embarrassing.
Becca, that is actually something I never knew about you.
Yeah, I used to try to get famous. We would like make several videos. This was not a one-time thing, but I would have to ask my dad if he actually sent them in, because he said that he did, but I could totally see that being like, yeah, honey.
Of course, yeah. But he was probably like, God, I'm saving you from yourself.
I would watch Ellen every day after school, like waiting for us to be up on screen.
Oh, that's actually quite sad. That is quite sad. This was in
like 3rd or 4th grade, so it's okay. I was a youngin', but
oh, Becca, man, yeah.
This was in 9th grade, so
I wouldn't even question it though if that were the case. We would have been
sending to Oprah and Dr. Phil if this was 9th grade.
Yeah, you and I would have teamed up and it would have got sent in.
Yeah, I feel like YouTube was not what it is now. It was like you would upload a video and then there was nothing really you could do with it. Like you couldn't really get as famous on YouTube or online at all.
But people did.
I mean, how did the Muffins video even become
I don't know, but they did it. That and shoes. I think it was the same people who made those videos.
And I just like had a moment. Salad fingers.
Salad I like rusty spoons. Yo, salad fingers? Okay.
We're putting that on our social media.
We're really getting back there. I feel like that was even before high school, right? Salad fingers has haunted me
together so many times in your dad's house.
Oh, wow.
Like we would just sit there on a Friday night rewatching the salad fingers video.
There are so many videos that make me feel uneasy just because of how young I was and how long I've been having that in my mind.
That is a fever dream.
Yeah, salad fingers is a fever dream. Do you remember the banana phone?
Yes.
Ring, 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 banana phone. Like, what the hell was that?
Do you remember Old Rick?
Yes, dude. Yes.
Another one from that era.
Yes.
Like, these were great videos.
Do you remember the badger, 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 badger?
That was one of your faves.
That's yes.
Like, Hayley, something people might not know about Hayley is like you have gone through so many phases of loving different animals. You keep their love. It's not like you get rid of them. But you'll like add on another animal that's just like your spirit animal, which is not okay to say anymore. I'm not going to use the term spirit animal, but
you're not allowed to, is that not good?
It's not okay.
Oh shit. Okay.
It's one that we should try like a different phrase.
Okay.
You just love animals.
It's really just animals I love. Yeah.
Badgers, foxes.
Yes.
Beavers. Mm-hmm. Humane. Shout out. You love cheetahs. Mm-hmm. You love so many cats.
Cats, dogs.
rabbits.
I love all animals. I'm not a big reptile person.
That's okay.
But I do love most animals. And yeah, I would say foxes have been like the most constant.
Foxes.
I think I really had to commit to that after I got a giant fox tattooed on my thigh.
Right. That's true. You can't really go back after that.
But I could always fill this leg with all the animals that I love.
I feel like that's a lot of big cats that you like. Are foxes cats?
No.
We're gonna.
I don't believe they're a
drop this
feline,
topic.
but I do have big cat energy, and
Yes, you do.
I think that does have something to do with it.
I love that. You also have corgi energy.
Cordy?
Corgi.
Oh, Cordy is my cat, for anyone wondering. Yeah, it's just a vibe.
It's a vibe. But anyway, love badgers. Love it.
Oh, man. Sorry for that tangent, guys, but...
That kind of day.
It's the finale. What
just
do you
don't
want
wanna
from us?
end this.
We don't want it to end. Becca and I could continue to talk forever, but I really do love that you found this letter that is our final, well, not final letter, but final finale letter, because this is just perfect. That the fact that I wrote you a letter, must have saved it and then mailed it to you a year later. Is that how that worked?
Oh, wait. I'm thinking about this now. Like, did you hold on to it, or did you like send it to me and say like save this until next year?
I don't think I would have trusted you to do that.
Did you just send it to me and then I opened it and then was like, oh, I'll read it again next year?
Hard to say.
I love the energy and I love that you did this.
Yeah,
It's amazing. It's
was
really thoughtful.
Really thinking ahead into our relationship.
And also just want to clarify the listeners, as if that was your last letter to me ever. Like, you have like hundreds.
Yeah, no, that's just the last letter you guys are going to hear for this season. But yeah, there are copious amounts. So we'll read those hopefully in a season 2.
We're literally only at the end of first semester of freshman year. There's so much.
Wow, we could do 8
much.
seasons and unpack every single semester.
I was just saying to Tyler yesterday that without these letters, I wouldn't know what happened. I'm so sorry.
Thing.
I wouldn't remember.
Don't be sorry. I feel like these letters are such a gift.
Thank
And
God.
I know that sounds like super cheesy, but the fact that we can go back and look at this stuff, like right now, guys, just to paint you a picture, Becca has her laptop up from, when would you say you bought this laptop?
This is 2009.
Okay, yep. It has a Bernie 2016 sticker on it.
It's at least that old.
It is the chuggiest of teals. It is.
You know me so well.
It's beautiful.
Shout out to my dad. He got me this laptop in 2009, and it's still running. It's still kicking.
Oh, that is crazy.
I know.
And I'm the type of person who will delete an email immediately after I've like taken care of it. You are such a good balance for me that you're the opposite, because I wouldn't remember any of this if you haven't saved it.
Well, it's funny because I was going to send you a screenshot of my phone today when I was driving up here. It was 6 degrees out.
Oh my God, it's so cold today.
Yeah, it's really cold. But then I realized that if I sent this to you, you would judge the shit out of me. I have 1,200 unread emails, 56 unread texts, and 258 missed phone calls.
See, that would make me throw up. I'm just being, for myself, that would
get
make me
it.
so anxious.
I'm an absolute mess. I'm a chaotic person.
But it paid off. We wouldn't have a podcast if that weren't the case,
That's
Becca.
not true. You could easily do this, girl.
I don't know.
It is awesome. I mean, let's
That's
be
what
real.
it is. That's what it is.
But I love our energy together. It balances. And if I was doing this alone, can you imagine? It'd be like so into the details, into the
that's
weeds.
true.
It would be annoying. No one wants to hear that shit. They're like,
Stop.
why does this girl care about the history of Nashua, New Hampshire?
That's the thing, is Becca just cares, okay?
Care.
And that's why we love her.
There's a lot of useless information in this brain.
And I'm here to just guide it. I'm here to guide it.
Like when I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm typically just like thrown into random fun facts about my life and my past.
It's a beautiful thing, and I'm so glad we can share a lot of those with the general public now. So,
Well, we have, whether it was the right choice or not.
exactly, I have no regrets at this point. It is what it is.
Well, we were talking about maybe just like revisiting some of the things we've done since we started the podcast.
Yeah, let's talk about it, Becca.
So we got this idea, oh my gosh, like 8-9 months ago.
Yes.
I feel like it came to us at the same time.
Yeah, basically we got the idea of the podcast because Becca had come up to actually go to a wedding that I was DJing. We went together and Becca helped me out, and she was telling me about how her mom had found all these artifacts, and we brewed on it overnight. Like neither of us mentioned a podcast at all. We were just talking about the things you found. And then the next morning we got breakfast and just kind of locked eyes, and I was like, should we do something with these?
It was so cool because we both were like, yeah, we should.
That's where Fever Dream Diaries were born, all at St. Joe's Cafe. And
the best breakfast sandwiches in the Northeast.
Yeah. They should sponsor us for saying that shit. But honestly, that's where it was born. And I think the first couple of months, both of us were kind of like, you know, thinking about how we could actually make this happen.
Right.
And it came together so well that I feel like, not to be that girl, but I really feel like this was meant to be for us. Even if no one listened to this podcast ever, this was a really cool thing that Becca and I got to do together. And that was special.
Even if only our boyfriends listen and maybe our moms, that's okay.
I know Dorian's listening.
I know Cindy's listening. Shout out to our moms. But I think that that's okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we've grown a lot together the past 9 months.
We have.
We've had a lot of moments.
Wow, 9 months. We really grew a baby. This is our baby.
Our reunion baby.
Yes.
He was conceived at the reunion. No, actually,
He was.
a long time ago. But he was born at the reunion. He was conceived in the summer and born at our reunion. We gave birth to him in the back of the Fever Dream machine.
And you're now at his baptism.
I have the wine, and we will be opening it with Hayley's nail. Cracking open the bottle.
My little corkscrew nail.
Corkscrew.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so we have gone to some really fun throwback concerts. That has been a fun time.
We've had a great year of concerts since discovering the podcast idea. Tell the good people.
So we did Sheryl Crow.
Oh my God, amazing.
Epic.
Iconic.
We got to the front.
Well, we should post some footage from the Sheryl Crow show as well.
We did get some good
footage. And by Becca saying we got to the front, I mean Becca literally pushed us to the front. People were not impressed by us. I don't give a shit. I love Sheryl Crow, so.
And let me just say, being that close, she looks incredible.
Oh my God, iconic.
Incredible. She's still like jamming out, looking amazing. We love her. That was definitely a throwback because we've been rocking out to her since 2006.
Yeah, probably even before, to be honest.
All of the bands we've seen. I saw Hayley host and shake her ass on the stage of a Lil Jon show.
Yes!
Hampton Beach.
Yes, shout out to Bernie's Beach Bar, Hampton Beach. Becca came through to our hot beach bash.
That
Lil
was so
Jon,
fun.
Hot Radio Maine, shout out. That's where I work. We put on a show. This was actually our third Lil Jon show, which is amazing because I now feel maybe more comfortable than I should around Lil Jon. But yeah, I was throwing ass. I was hyping up the crowd, and the fact that Becca got to be there was really awesome.
I got to see you just shake that booty on stage.
Wow.
And you killed it.
Thank you,
it was
boo.
So good.
It was all for you.
It was so fun.
Thank you.
I was like back in the moment of 07. We're at a high school dance. Like Get Low was playing.
Yes.
Like that was the vibe.
Man, you know, working for our hip hop radio station, that's been one of the biggest perks is we get to put on a lot of concerts, and a lot of the acts are people who I lived for back in the day. Like we've had Fabulous, we've had Big Boy of Outkast, obviously Lil Jon multiple times. It's been a really cool full circle life that I've been living.
I feel like this is not a hip hop artist, but like, can you just like give us a little tea about Ryan Cabrera?
Oh my gosh.
For me.
So Ryan Cabrera, who I love, obviously, was actually the first artist interview I ever got to do.
Oh my gosh.
He came to town with O-Town years ago.
That is such a throwback. I love it.
I know.
Oh my god.
And I was so nervous because I'd obviously never done an interview before, but also Ryan Cabrera is basically the love of my life.
Beautiful.
So I got hammered, like drunk.
I didn't know you were in that video.
Thank you.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of that interview.
You're kind of like giving eyes though. I can
Oh
see that.
no! Oh Lord, help me. To be fair, I think he also was.
I can see that too.
Like not throwing eyes. I meant drunk. Sorry. Yeah, Ryan Cabrera was not giving me eyes, but I did smell his little like Dora the Explorer cup that he had out back, and it did not smell clean. So
Lean.
no. No, Becca. I think it was like probably Pinnacle whipped vodka or something in a cup. I feel like that's what it was.
The fact that he had a Dora Explorer cup is really great.
Yeah.
I love that detail. Love that for you. Thank you for sharing that story.
Thank you.
And then we also did get to see my true favorite from back in the day. I'm blanking.
Wow, obviously her favorite. You must be talking about Lupe Fiasco.
Yes. I I'm dying right now. I was like, we've gone to so many concerts. I literally can't remember.
Like, I had a poster of this person up in my bedroom.
No, I actually didn't, but I love him. Lupe Fiasco, shout out. Thank you, Hayley. That was amazing.
That was really fun. Yes, we've been blessed to go to a lot of great concerts this year. Hopefully we can keep it going. I know we have our festival coming up in Vegas, When We Were Young.
Thing we did together.
What?
We went to a casino.
We did go to a casino.
I lost all my money, but
me too.
It's okay.
You know what? We're going to be at March 31st, I believe is the date. It's a Friday in Boston at Paradise Rock Club. They're doing this like Disney sing-along throwback.
I'm so excited.
So if anyone wants to go and you see us there, let's share a drink together. We'll definitely be
screaming,
freaking out. We'll be posting footage, I'm sure, as well, if you're not in the Boston
planning
area.
Our Cheetah Girls outfits. So
yes, we are.
I like those pants you're wearing, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Word.
They're Cheetah-licious.
Some cheetah pants.
That's it.
And I'm wearing a sweatshirt that Hayley got me for my birthday that is just the most angelic cat with a flower crown and mushrooms and crystals on a log.
Of course it's a cat.
And I love it so much.
Man, I really do love all animals, huh? I'm weird. I never realized how weird that is about me.
I feel like that's like something I would describe you as like an animal lover.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cute. I mean, not that that's weird, but the fact that I do always have another animal I like identify with.
Yeah, and we definitely bonded over all the animals. Like we had Patrick the cat.
I love Patrick, yes.
Patrick the cat was a cat that lived next door to me, and he would come to my house and just enter my home.
Yeah.
And he
was invasive.
He would get shaved. Do you remember that?
I sure do. I remember almost every detail about him, which is what's weird.
He was like our neighbor's cat, and they would shave the cat, and I'm like, that's kind of mean. The cat wants freaking hair. And so he would come in my house, and we'd take photos of him and have photo shoots with Patrick.
We'll try to find some of that in our photo bucket. Of course you do. We'll add those to the social media as well. But yeah, we've just had a year of nostalgia. I feel like we've been going to a lot of these shows. Just we've been in this kind of vibe as well. You've been watching Degrassi as well. And it's just kind of where I'd like to stay in the past.
We don't need any future. I'm good.
And if y'all are comfortable with that as well, meet us at season 2 because we're going to continue to stay in the past. It's safe here, comfortable
Join us in
here.
our Fever Dreams.
Tell them where they can follow us everywhere, Becca.
Yeah, so the good people, feverdreamdiaries.com. That is where you're going to find all our social media accounts. You can reach out to us, feverdreamdiaries@gmail.com. Send us all your juicy secrets.
Please.
We need them.
Yes.
We're not going to have a season 2 without them. We need some more voices.
Please.
We have had a few people from our high school offer to do interviews next season.
Big shout out to people from high school who have reached out to us about the podcast. You know,
Giving
my girl.
us life.
Yes, Eric Engelhart, we love you. Amanda Hall. Yeah, I know you're married, girl. I'm still going to call you Amanda Hall. My girl, Karen Cooper. We hope to have some special guests next season as well.
Yes, thank you all for just the support. And even if it's just people from our high school who listen,
that's enough.
That's enough. Y'all already know all this stuff, so I don't know why you're even listening.
Enjoy.
As if we didn't tell you all this back in the day, and you still remember.
It's a fun reminder.
Yeah, so it's been a journey to the end of our first semester of high school. Still a lot to discover in second semester.
Yes.
We've given a couple of little hints, but there's more.
There's more. So thank you all who have been along for the ride. We hope to see you for a second season. In the meantime, stay freaky. Yes. Stay weird.
Stay dreaming. Stay fever dreaming.
Until we meet again.
We love you.